Welcome to Get This, Dining Out Edition. We're going to be talking about the cost of tipping.
Sober saving.
And a great interview with Steve Abrams. We're going to be talking about non-alcoholic trends. He's the co-founder of Harmon's Brewing.
So to kick us off, I've got some stats here that I'm going to read right from my cue card because I cannot memorize them.
It's not a test.
Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah. So according to 2025 research conducted by H&R Block Canada, a whopping 90% of Canadians said they felt tips are too high.
Yep.
Same.
Feel that?
But actual behavior was split. So 53% of survey takers identified as frugal tippers, while 39% were generous tippers. And so then this research ended up breaking it up into a bunch of different categories. So 13% went on average, the tips considered appropriate by the Canadians surveyed are 13% for restaurant servers, 10% for bartenders, 10% for hairstylists and barbers, 9% for food delivery drivers, taxi and rideshare drivers was 8%, and spa and salon technicians was 8%.
None of those are what's prompted.
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
I remember actually, I got a lunch today, and it was just like a poke bowl.
Yeah.
And the machine went instantly to 15%.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Even with coffee.
Yeah.
Just a simple black drip coffee. Starts at 18, 20, 25.
Yeah.
In those instances, you guys tip.
And I know like we're all good at math and that 25%, it's 1/4 of the bill.
Yeah.
1/4.
Yeah.
And I'm not anti-tipping by any means. I want everyone to be able to earn a living wage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, that's a lot of money, especially if you go out for like a good dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that gets me is when like someone just put like a muffin in a bag.
Unheated.
Yeah. And it's like for tipping for what? I don't know if that makes me sound cruel, but like I don't tip in that case.
Yeah. I think it really, like if I were to tip in an instance like that, it would have to be above and beyond service.
Agreed. Agreed.
Where I know the cashier, you know, first name basis, a little chit chat, a little compliment.
I feel guilty. Like I am literally having a full on conversation before I get to my order of like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then I see the person in front of me not do it. And then I'm like, oh, I got to.
That makes
And so I think about it as change. So I try, like if I was dealing with cash, I haven't dealt with cash in a long, long time, but I try to like bring it up to whatever the next dollar would be.
You round up in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
that makes me pretty heartless because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
I think when it first came out, like the tipping on, you know, little cafe orders, I did tip because I felt guilty. And I'm like, why? I'm like, what am I tipping for here?
Yeah. For
I
clarification, like I tip
yes,
restaurant, hairstyle, like all those things listed.
Absolutely.
Like, yes, 100%. Just to set the record straight and no one comes at me in the comments. But just for, like what we're saying, I don't.
So I went into a fast food restaurant, like a chain, at that request tipping. I'm pretty sure you guys all know based on that. But the guy behind the counter was like, don't do it. He's like, my boss keeps it all.
Oh gosh, now
That
I don't
totally
feel
changed.
guilty at all. Do you feel guilty now knowing that?
Well, no, now I don't tip at that place. But it's also because it's a franchise, right?
Right.
So
It's
like you don't know if
different,
the next one is going to be the same,
right.
right?
If it's a small
That
business,
sounds
it might be
corrupt.
different.
That's awful. They're just
That
like
is
taking
awful.
the tips.
Yeah.
That just pocketing it.
Well, because there's no cash. There's no little like jars behind the counter.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
That's crazy. I remember like similar to you, but like, so I went to get a matcha and for the first time ever this has happened, the person working there turned the tip off
Oh,
and took the pressure off me, which I so appreciated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you.
It makes you want a tipper.
yeah. I feel like at that point you're like, okay, why don't I give you $1?
And there are some places where the managers will pay their staff and not allow the customers to. Well, I mean, if you really want to tip, you will.
Yeah.
You'll find a way to do it. But they turn it off as an option.
Do we ever find I guess, services in certain areas where maybe, it'd be the barber or hair salon, nail salon. If they do go above and beyond, do you typically tip more or do you try to stay consistent with your tipping?
I'm consistent. But what I used to do back in the olden days when I paid with cash, I would round it up to the next 20 and be like, here, keep the change.
Right.
Yeah.
I always do like 18-20% for my hairdresser, but I only go once every 6 months.
Right. Yeah.
And he does a great job.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hair. So I'm like,
Yeah, so,
good job.
and it looks great. Kudos to him.
Thanks. I think like the first time I started to be outraged by tipping was like, I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, and I visited Miami with my family, and there's like a certain area in Miami where there's like an extra charge on top of the tip. And my family and I went out for ice cream, and there was the extra charge and the tip, and like the person working at the counter was like outraged that we didn't tip them for scooping ice cream.
Oh.
That's where it started for me. Like that was my introduction.
That I would be a little confused and angry as well.
We were like, what is happening?
It's very different than Europe.
Yeah. Well, even like I was just in Australia, and you don't tip there at all. And neither, I don't think they do in Europe either.
No, not really. I have a fact that will blow your minds. So I don't know if you remember when Uber first came to Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no tipping function.
Yes. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it afterwards and I was like, I guess it makes sense. I think I've tipped in cash before.
Yeah. I had gift cards on me. I was like,
whoa.
Why do you have gift cards on you?
I don't know. I just always had gift cards in my pocket. And actually,
fair.
To be honest, like I've used them multiple times in that way.
Yeah, that's a good use case.
I wonder if when food delivery started, if there was always a tip on it. I don't remember.
I feel
think,
like.
Sorry.
No, you go.
I think there was with food delivery because even with something like Pizza Hut, you get it delivered. There's typically a portion of tipping. So I think they took that and then they related onto the food.
Actually, you're
apps.
so right. Like we'd get pizza every Friday as a family, and my dad would get like $5 cash for the guy who delivered.
So I think you pointed on something that I found super interesting. It was like, if someone's just giving you something, like what's the time of deserving the tip? To go back to my whole time cost analysis.
Yeah. Very good there.
But yeah, so like if there's effort and there's time in it, then the tip makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Well, even at restaurants, sometimes I feel like I'm left without water for a very long time.
Rude.
Yeah. And sometimes they're so quick with it. They're so kind. They make you feel welcome and so comfortable. That's when I'm like, I feel proud to tip this person. And I will usually tip more in those instances. So, yeah.
Yeah. And even like servers, like I think tipping helps with servers a lot because to make like a living wage, it's like so low that I always tip because I was a server and I didn't get tips because I worked at a golf club. So I always tip because I'm like, I know what that's like.
Well, servers are supposed to be the biggest tippers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Once you're in the trenches, you're like, I see you, soldier. Yeah, so minimum wage for servers recently went up. And I think now that's kind of a reason for some people to think, oh, like I don't need to tip anymore because they're making more per hour. I still tip personally.
Yeah, I agree. I do still tip. But I think it's just funny over the years seeing that 15% go to 18%, go to 20, go to 25. I've seen 30 even.
I've seen 33.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've never tipped 33%.
Not yet.
I'll bring that story if I do.
Thanks for tuning in.
Follow us at Neo Financial on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.
And don't forget to sign up for the Get newsletter.
Want your question featured? Hit us up at theget@neofinancial.com.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.